Welcome. Hello. How are you? Welcome to video number 2. Brought to you by whatever smooth. I'm a little bit hungry, guys. I'm a little bit hungry. I cannot wait for my food to come. So I might take some pause in this video when my comida arrives because hungry. I sure am. So welcome. This is video number 2 to video number 1. And if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, don't watch this video unless you want to. I'm not telling you what to do. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. But this video is in sequence because it is in continuation, although this is Flowgasmic Nation and I just go on my own channeling sprees that breed whatever it's going to be. You know what I mean? But we cut through a lot of the bullshit too, and we get rid of the energies that cannot sit through the evolution of MANNA that is here. Am I clear? Yes, my dear. I make everything. Yes, this is what I made today. I just want to say everything that you guys can see when I send out things from my shop that are one of a kind, because everything that I make is one of a kind. And you think I'm gonna sit here and duplicate and design and do all of this kind of stuff and be like, oh yeah, let me be specific about something I made yesterday when I was a different schmoo for a different reason, right? So I go into the flow gimmick of the alchemy that is alchemy. That is alchemy. You know what I'm saying? So I make everything upon custom request and design and energy, and or I see something in my mind, you know what I mean? And so I make it. And so because unique be you, welcome, right? I don't want somebody wearing some shit that I got when I'm unique and one of a kind. And so that's just how I be all of the time. Like I'm not trying to duplicate or be somebody else in this life. I just want to be me all of the time. Even when other people are not nice or things are not going right or something is off, you see, there's never been a motherfucker I ever wanted to be other than me. And that's the kind of energy work we do here so that you too can feel the motherfucking same. It's not an insult to you in any kind of way because that got nothing to do with you. Me living me being me, and all that kind of stuff, you see. Okay. So if you do not see video number 1, hop off, come back. Go watch video number 1, which will be in the description box below the link in case you didn't know. Excuse the singing cat in the background, but that is Ebony. Ebony! Ebony is not a stooger, a today. She is a sweet mush fluff. Ebony! She's singing, which is something I highly recommend. It is a wonderful throat chakra cleanse and just a rejuvenation that you can do for yourself instantly. Did you know that the best tool you motherfucking have to do anything is you? Abs, come here. Ebenezer! I want my Ebony! Where's my Ebony? There's some Palo Santo should be up in here real quick. I got it right next to me. Forget it. Okay, anyway. Welcome. So this is gonna be a continuation. So which is dope as fuck. So this is my intro. So that's what's up. I was just saying hi because I'm setting up. Like it's not like I do much to set up. It's just roll the cameras. Action. There is no script here. Although I do now incorporate writing and including some notes and stuff because I'm trying to work on my, where was I? What was I saying? Kind of thing, because this is evolution in the spirit of action, taking action. Even I got to take action on that which I'm growing. I'm all forever growing. The things that we're showing, the things that we're sharing, and the things that we are each inspiring one another on, motivating one another on, pushing one another on, triggering one another on, because no matter what is the trigger, pull your finger, even if it's a pleasant or unpleasant kind of experience, it is growing you something, it is teaching you something, it is doing something, unless you're doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, it'd be like that. So. I make everything. Yeah. So and I'm singing my own praise because I love what I do every single day. And so that was what I was gonna say. I make everything for me when I'm showcasing. You see what I'm saying? Like this is not going to nobody. This is mine. So, but these are ideas that because I make stuff in thought of I or whatever, or unless I'm making something specific for somebody else and I'm thinking of them and then I'm like channeling their like inner wealth, health, self, and fairy like goddess, God-like ways, whatever it's going to be. I channel for you. You see the ring you hold in your world. Alchemy bright, shining bright. You are. I encourage that. That is the song. That is the alchemy, which is why you should stop trusting mofos that are not balanced with your energy or asking them to do stuff for you when they fucked up. You see? You can be smart. You can be smart. You can be knowledgeable. But when you don't apply that shit in your own motherfucking life, you are chaos. uh, which is why they will try to shoot you down instantly. They will try to make you feel some type of way so that you get in your own way. So you don't see the you that they see before the you sees that, because that's not what you're doing and that's not what you're being. But then it takes that whole level of evolution for you to have this revolution within your being to fucking finally recognize yourself. And it's like, oh, so maybe it was about that too. Whatever. Let the alchemy do your do. It should be overdue. And it's time to do and make these things too. Yes, everything. So this one, do you like it? I think I'm like, I made that. Made this one too. witchyutopian.com. Insert commercial. Feel good, right? It's fashion with soul, with your mind, body, heart, and soul infusion. Alchemy. Getting rid of all the motherfucking pollution and being as cute as you can be, because cute be you. Cute be me. I'm not gonna deny you're cute. It don't take away from my fucking cute. That would be absurd to think such a thing. So let's heal those shit. Let's cut that shit out. That is fucking what puts so much doubt in your mind, making you insecure, thinking you gotta compare and contrast minds from yours. What the fuck? Shut that door. Leo is still in the house, even though the transit you see, and probably in Vedic astrology is still Leo season. You know what I mean? It hasn't been even a Virgo new moon, but some kind of shit. It's still probably a Virgo new something. But either way, the infusion of the transit of the two working together, right? They're doing a dance for you, a tap dance. Leo and Virgos will be the two. If they were a dancing duet, they would be tap dancers together. Oh my god, yes. Leo and Virgo, if they were paired and had to do a number together, you know me, I like to dance, you know what I mean? And I love dancing, and I appreciate the artistry, especially when someone can dance. And like, male, female, and there's no gender bias. I love that. Okay. Right. So right. Production. It's the production of your action that you're taking now that is going to lead to the satisfaction of your actions that you are progressing with now, right? And you're being so wow, but yeah, Leo and Virgo would be tap dancers together. They would make excellent tap dancers. I see it. Like a Charlie Chaplin kind of theme, humor would be the scene. A little OCD like dance routine where Virgos want it this kind of way, and Leo's like, no, 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 let's be dramatic in this kind of way. And Virgo's like, no, 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 this way. And Leo's like, no, 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 this way. And Virgo's like, this way. And Leo's like, look at me. And Virgo's like, look at me. And nobody's looking, you see. Interesting. And then I see the little mustache. Choreographer be me. You don't know about that life of mine. We've all had a lot of time. That is all we ever have. So for those who say time is short, are ungrateful little mofos. Because time is the longest motherfucking thing we do here in this earthly plane too. It is, no matter, even if it's cut short, it is the longest thing you would ever have done until it was cut short by perception. The infinite be our expansion. So, you know, in this perceived to be reality when death ends us, or we think. Dust and particles disperse on earth. Where are you, soul? Still existing, because you are a whole. The human sometimes doesn't know. And that's the things that we are trying to integrate here, right? Okay, but this is not about this, nor that. This is about the Virgo new moon effect and the video number 2 that this is bringing. And this is my introduction singing and getting all announcements out there before I go in and get back to the villain shadow depiction, because we are going through the shadows, right? I'm looking at the shadow like it's that. Right? Some people, well, I wrote this down. Let's see what I wrote down. Let's see what I wrote. Some people will shoot you down instantly in hopes to destroy that which they see in you before you see it in yourself, right? Triggering the devil in them. Some people see your greatness and feel so insignificant about themselves that projection of insignificance goes out onto you and most likely impact and sensitive be you to the energy of the rejection. You know what I'm saying? But it's a misconception. It hurts, hurts it. It hurts. Cut through that bullshit. See it for what it is. It was always a projection onto you, right? And that becomes like a suppression, oppression. So how do you break a cycle of nonsense? You identify it, right? And you don't deny it. And now what is the solution gonna bring? Are you gonna get lost in your emotions? Fucking cry. Let them tears fall. What? Let them fall. Let them express, but let them reveal unto you at that what your focus be upon, which goes back to video number 1. What is your focus revealing unto you about the truth, about that which you truly do create? Andromeda. Right? And so we're gonna dive into this even more. Give me a moment. I got my cats hollering. I gotta take care of this. But yeah, I make everything. Okay, you can also find me on Instagram. I'm active over there, and I have a new feature on Instagram that is a subscriber feature that is under the follow button. You'll see the subscribe, and I give exclusive content to you, only you behind the scenes. And even though I'm posting it there on Instagram, it's hidden from the public, which is motherfucking awesome in every kind of way. So it makes me feel like a secret agent in that kind of way. So you invest in that kind of thing. It's very affordable. You know what I mean? You receive on your pocket news, rocket fuel of MANNA every single day. Like, look at me, I'll be hyper in every kind of dope, ecstatic way. Because I want to encourage you to reign supreme in your lands. You know what I'm saying? Helping you with the alchemy. I do a lot of DIY strategy on how to do practical magic things on a 3D plane, practically, not fantasy. I want to see. I want to see a return on my investment. You want to see a return on your investment. So what are you investing in? Go dive in. That she's like, I'm gonna still go tend to my babies. I hear them all around. It's time to turn my frown upside down. And if you're upset by my joy, go in for your win so you can spin it around too. That's what you gotta do. Projecting, dude. Stop making people feel bad for you're mad. I'll be back. Oh, I almost ended that. Like, let me see. Let me see if I can get this. Probably not. I made this for my Ebony today. Let me see. I'm gonna be open too. I'm just trying to show it. You know, cat, jewel be jewels. Cats are ancient creatures, you know. So I'm gonna put cat collars up on my website because she left it on and it's light. It's not like suffocating them at all, but like they are royalty, right? I believe royalty. Mm. Yeah, we love you. Yeah. Thank you so much for letting me do this. But yeah, it's really pretty. I will post the picture of it on my website, witchyutopian.com. Now you're not gonna get Ebony's fucking collar. Like I said, I make things inspired, right? And I make them individually so they serve a purpose. I got a cat hair on me. They serve a purpose. So that's Ebony's color. Nobody's having Ebony like bejeweled, like, but Ebony's picture of hers will be an example of something that can be created for you if you're interested too, for your gut. I love my animals. I'm never gonna put something on them that is bad for them and everything. And it has crystals and stuff like that on it. Calm her fucking ass. She's still singing over there. But yeah, you know what I mean? And light, because you know how cats they can be funny about it. If you put something on them and like acting like they can't walk. You know what I'm talking about? Like you put something on a cat and then they acting all like I don't know, but so I'm surprised she has it on. So I'm gonna be making one for Andromeda and she would too to see how they do. So I'm not sure how these two are going to handle something around their neck, but I'm making it as light as possible so that it doesn't aggravate, annoy, or make them feel some type of way. So bear that in mind. I'm the animal whisperer in that kind of way. Like all animals, all species, including wildlife, like we got a special bond. I do, and for those that are new here may not know, but I do work with spirit animals, spirit animal kingdom, and animals. Period. Like in my world. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, so yeah, that was cute, and I'll you can go see the picture at witchyutopian.com, or you can subscribe to my Instagram at Enchantress because I shared it behind the scenes exclusive content material with only my subscribers. So that's at Enchantress, and subscribe is different than follow. You follow, but to subscribe and follow, obviously, follow, subscribe. um, you're royalty. Just like my cat, guys. You get special attention, affection, um, material that I create specific for you guys. I wake up and I want to share with you guys. And so, like, you know, yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, but I'm still not ready. I just wanted to show you that for a second. I ate a banana just to calm the hangry until my food comes. And so that's good. Eat healthy too. Stay away from that which is going to be heavy. So like, you know, even though like right now I'm eating a little bit starchy heavy, but it's a different kind of alchemy. And I'm not saying I'm different from you or whatever that may be, but still I have to transmute that process of this a little bit heavy kind of eating. But also I was fasting. So I'm really big on fast. That's something I've talked about for years here on my YouTube. Periodically as I do, it is one of the things that is very important to do, I believe. And it is a lifestyle. I fast regularly. It is a must to purge and cleanse and do all these kind of things. And especially for the alignment of work that I do and the energies that I come across in the field that I am in, which is quite a variety. It is imperative and important for me to maintain healthy energy, healthy habits, healthy ways of doing certain kind of things, you know? And so I'm mindful. I live my life consciously. I don't just talk about it, I be about it. You know, nobody's perfect. I'm not saying I live a perfect existence and then I don't, you know, whatever. I need to explain myself. But whatever, that's where we're going, right? So, but yeah, like the concept even from yesterday, right? It was stop counting yourself out before you ever really allowed yourself in. That's a conditioning, right? A deprogramming by helping the avatar recognize the program. The fuck? If you can recognize the program, right? You don't have to understand all the material, but if you can recognize the program and then just understand its purpose, its intention, its function, and let go of the wow, I would never, the victimize, and just see the program, right? And take charge by activating your knowledge with wisdom. And that means doing acts. Sounds like the Bible, right? Oh, I wasn't ready. Yeah. So yeah, witchyutopian.com. Yeah, so definitely check that out. I'm always updating it. The shop is never always the same. The shop changes every day. Or you know, like if you looked at the shop last month, you're like, oh, I already saw what you saw last month is probably no longer there. And it's changed. Everything has changed. I'm all about evolution, revolution. I encourage it, I live it, I love it. You're not gonna pin me down to one specific. I change regularly because I'm evolving constantly. This is all happening simultaneously, and all I can ever tap in, turn on, tune into that is an enjoyment for me. It's a healing thing for me. It's a therapy for me. It is a guidance for me. It is a rule for me. It's my creativity. Mofos will try to take that from you too by making you stay stuck on the fact that they're copying you and they're not giving you the acknowledgement or credit that you deserve or something like that. But you know, you can heal through that too, because these mofos are not in the evolution of you to even admit something like that too, because that be the truth, and the lie is where they stay with their mask on, full of denies, and you don't even need to participate in that. And then once you get past that stuck feeling of where you want redemption or retribution or like freaking some kind of recognition or apology or something and stuff like that, and you let go of the hurt, people hurt, right? and see it for the program that it is. Just annihilate the fucking program. We're all coding here. Drops mic. I don't care. Do you know that my laugh was one of the first things for me? I laughed as a child and they made fun of that and ridiculed it because it was different. My sneezes. These are my fucking sneezes, but you know what? Everybody finds cute now. That came after my acceptance. Me trying to hide a fucking sneeze because I sneeze in multiple. Because I sneeze more than once at a time. I hid that because that was something that people made me feel uncomfortable about because it's not normal. Down to my voice, my soprano like high pitched voice. I don't need a microphone. This is me talking low. So I'm talking to you, beautiful souls out there, who in your programming have been made to diminish the very uniqueness that be you. That's why witchyutopian.com makes one of a kind fucking things. There is no duplication. Even if someone copies it. I'm not here to prove nothing to nobody. And especially once you get past that point of self-recognition, self-value, love, and you see the program for what it is. It is what it is. Annihilate the fucking program with intelligence, acting, and wisdom through the lessons of discernment. Makes sense, doesn't it? Code that bitch in. I'm a very passionate person. I'm not upset. Just a very passionate person. That would be something too. I get passionate in how I speak. They're telling me to tone it down. You're a different frequency than the fucking world around you. And you're at it alone because you are the anomaly that has been evolutionized in your own creation to be the new world order. It will make you think and get lost in the chaos of the world, news, media, frenzies, of what that supposedly illumination means. Illuminati. Ooh, they sold their soul. They did this, they did that. Fear, propaganda, and those ordering it to justify their own reason to not try harder for themselves and take the excuse that explains why their success never took place. filter the messenger. I just filter through the channel, and I'm constantly responsible for purifying and detoxing and fasting to do these kind of things, to be able to be a clear channel. That ain't a fucking joke. Okay, let's clear it. Okay. So yesterday, for video number 1, we ended kind of talking about the trine in Mercury to Pluto. And so, since that's kind of where we left off, that's where we're going to pick up from the topic that this is all about, right? Because we ended up talking about the self-perception detox, right? The self-perception detox. The self-perception detox that is required, that is needed, that is happening. And everyone will get there as they get there, when they get there. The only person you're responsible to get there is yourself. And the other people's walks of speed, of how they do anything, got nothing to do with you. So in your lane, you should stay. And no remark towards the pace of another. And no need to break down, tear down, or destroy another, even if they're wrong, and even if they're bad, and even if they deserve something that you think that they deserve. Who the fuck are you? Exactly. Let that trigger you. Exactly. Get into your power too. But you don't need to be violent. Because it's violence towards yourself. So a trine, right? The trine Mercury to Pluto. Pluto is the area too. Mysterious Pluto. Pluto has so many secrets, so many shadows, so many things left unseen. And here we got Mercury, our communicator, our researcher, our information specialist, right? Trining with Pluto, saying, hey, what's up? Let us dance. Let us dance. And it's like having 2 different music on, and each one is dancing to the music that the other one likes. But they got some kind of rhythm going, right? And then I go, oh, that's nice. They're having the time of their life. Because Mercury is like a trickster energy too. Likes to ruffle feathers, makes me think of Gemini, even Aquarius. That is ruffle your feathers, right? So adding clarity, right, to the self-criticism, because we're going back to that, right? And the judgment and the deep block of programming that you have been conditioned upon to create for yourself upon a conditioned shit, right? And so it's causing a deflection, right? This deflection to have been created over spans of time. You deflecting from yourself, not worthy enough, not good enough, having to always prove yourself, or be deprived of something, lacking, victimized, you know, like made to cry, made to feel left out in this life. Because you're different, right? And so in the relationships too, that you may not be really content upon having, right? And it doesn't have to be an intimate partner either. You can have a great intimate partner relationship and be learning this now in your friendships, or vice versa. Having this in your friendships and now learning this in your intimate partnerships. We're learning them in both, in all areas. Everybody, you know? And so whatever lack thereof or missing component that is felt like you don't have. And you think, oh, there's no missing component to anything that I have. But if there's ever any part of you that feels black about life, you got a missing component, all right? Let's start with the numbness that has dumbed down even your own awareness or desire to speak for yourself or feel for yourself, to know for yourself, to do for yourself, to change for yourself, to transform for yourself. It's like everybody always needs a reason to be, oh, I do this for my children. No, do it for me, do it for you, right? That, you know, and it's like, oh, but that's selfish. There was a quote a few years back, and I don't remember that. I probably said, I don't think I got this from anybody. And again, I don't know. I don't recall, but I kept saying it because it was such a huge epiphany to myself that it became a mantra that I shared with mothers that I spoke with behind the scenes that would meet with me and have sessions with me, that I saw the relatability to the quote of the epiphany that I had that helped them to begin their own self-care regimen for themselves. And usually it takes a while, but you're the seed. So their speed is not up to you, but you're the seed. They're the breed. You're the seed. Who's also a breed. You know what I mean? Right? And so, what was I saying? Strength. 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 Right? Oh, the quote. Strength. Exactly. But yes, thank you for the reminder. Right? The star. Two. Right? And the Knight of Coins. We're starting this one off with. And then you got a King of Cups and Temperance here too. Right? All right. So let's hit. And the Chariot. Okay. And then I saw the Two of Swords, but I already moved the back, so it's back lost into a thing, but whatever the case may be. So if mama's not right, nothing's right. Think about it. Now I'm speaking it from my perspective as a feminine, female gender here in this perceived 3D reality. Whatever you are, incorporate that sentence for yourself. So whether you're a man or a woman, whatever the case, I don't care, right? However you relate to yourself, whatever that identification tag is, if you ain't right, nothing is right. So it's important to get you right. How does that not make sense? Selfish, you have to fucking be. If that's the comparison narrative that you want to feed, to discourage yourself from doing what you need, to have an excuse, to blame. Now we are cutting that shit in every fucking kind of way. Call a fucking spade a spade. Right? No more deflection, right? We want a good erection, right? That's how we want it to be. So childhood roots causes are an excellent time, right? Think about it. Were you overly criticized as a child, adult, teenager, whenever, however, or did criticism affect you in a negative, mother programmed way? Made you feel you had to earn something to earn love, or you had to fight for attention or prove that you deserve attention? Right. So the strength from you that is solid, solid too. It's solid, right? It's the root. See, people will look at these alligators too, or crocodiles or whatever. But my spirit animal experience with channeling these massive, archaic, ancient beings that come from these crocodile alligator species is something I've never seen in this life to properly give its all due justice. But when I was met with this like massive energy, the fear that was immediate to be recognized. It wasn't activated, it was recognized. Immediately followed the truth. There was a release in that too. So it's not pointless, and it does serve a purpose to feel through what you got to deal with so that you can get to that healing. Because strong you are, but you don't need to keep carrying, right? So self-love, this acceptance journey, this having to be vulnerable towards yourself and gentler, kinder, more authoritative, setting boundaries, learning boundaries, right? Mm-hmm. Food here. We're gonna come back to this because we hungry. Hold up. Hello, we are back, and I am back with another interlude of a commercial of a information that I am just throwing out there. These messages are timeless, so whenever you do find this message, and let's say it's not in the time at which I've created it, these things still apply. So if what I'm about to announce and say is something that you would want to be a part of another time, another day, and would like to be in the know, then contact me. Okay. There is a master link. Right. There is a master link in the description box that will be shared. And that link has every single link that links you and I. And if you just read, right, all the information that's available there to you, you will know how to connect with me. You can easily connect with me because these kind of things go on my Instagram, you see, because free is the service to my subscribers, not my followers, my subscribers. But this one here, I'm going to be doing a new moon chakra candle burning ritual, free to all my subscribers. And for 333, very, very little investment, you see, a very powerful activation will be occurring every single quantum fudging time. This is just the introduction to this particular one at this time. If you make the deadline, then you can cash out Witchy Utopian 333, include your name, details, you know what I mean? And if there's anything else that I need, which I don't, that's all we need. Your permission and your investment to be a part of for this particular one, it's a chakra recalibration, transfer, motherfudgination, okay? In transmutation, transformation, every single kind of way to break down that which fucks with you, blocks you, and just interferes with the development of your own evolution, being very clear about that which is here for you, right? Breaking down the walls that even you can't see through so that you can see through, get through to do, right? So it's a chakra recalibration ritual, right? That I am going to do. And this expression of me inviting others to, you see, is something the human me doesn't really do, you see. But in alignment with that which is true, I can no longer ignore that which I'm sent to do. And so I just put it out there for those that want. Whether you do or you don't, that's on you. That's energy for me to interact with too. I don't know what to say. That'd be the truth. And I'm not trying to insult anybody too, but the invitation for this kind of energetic collaboration is now available seasonally. Because as you know, especially if you've been a long time, you know, a follower of mine and stuff like that, then you know that I take time off. Indeed, of offering certain kind of things and doing certain kind of things or making certain kind of things. Everything is first come, first serve in the time span that it is and stuff like that. But alchemy at best, right? So many be allowing unalchemized motherfuckers who be into spiritual shit burn candles for you when they're not even alchemized in their energy, and you got these fuck shit energies burning shit for you. So that's part of the development of my truth. Is like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to be having people do this shit for you, like. As first, like, yo, you gotta come through, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. But that shit is whack. Y'all got some whack ass energies burning shit for you with their fuck shit vibe, wondering why it's not working every single time. And it's not about working, but it's the alchemy of the creation. Therefore, you must do for you what you can only do for you, and all this kind of shit is true. But you got these other energy attachments that you're just allowing yourself to further attach yourselves on, and having people make shit for you that be all fucked up inside. Don't believe the hype. Anyways. And with wholeness vibrations and master alchemy vibes, for those that want to be a part of this kind of alchemized and candle ritual burning, that's on you. Either way, the invitation's here for you. We're gonna cut through, get through, burn through, do too, on some real alchemy for real deal. Holy field. You know what I'm saying? All right, so that was that announcement. Then we're gonna get back into that strength part that we were talking about before I went to go eat a little bit. So yeah, I was quick because I'm a muncher. My best friend calls me that. I'm a muncher. I eat like a squirrel. That's true because of like my lifestyle too and fasting that I do. I get full fast, but I still have to eat. I still have to give myself the nutrients that I need. So muncher be me, and I most of the time eat family us. So, anyways, I don't like to sit and eat. It's not me. But either way, all right. So, Hold on. Talking about munching, I went back and munched some more. So, right. Strength be you. I can't be having nothing between my teeth. I'm that person that flosses. Anytime I feel anything. I carry floss with me. It's in my pocketbook. So if you ever with me and you need floss, I got you. I got you on a large bit. I'm the menu. Hold up. That's bothering me. Right, so what are we talking about? So I do want to read the strength card from here. Right. I'm gonna start from there and then let's see how we walk. Hi, baby. You here? Yeah? Come here. Come here, little girl. Come here, little old lady. Little young old lady. Come here. Sorry. And then when it's screaming. Come here. Hey, hi, little lady. That's baby. She's 13 years young. Say hi. This is you. That was her daddy. You wanna go back on the bed? That's what you want? You wanna go in there? Are you gonna go back to the bed? Okay. So, okay. So we got the strength, right? And the strength is like, you know, always about the silencing of a beast. But it's not so much a silencing of a beast, but it's a getting to know you kind of thing. And it reminds me of kind of like this Pluto effect of touchy feeling, right? Especially whenever Pluto's around, right? Um, right? Because we're being asked to self-love, to have this radical transformation change, this of our view, right, towards ourselves, because it comes from like our childhood programming, root causes of this upbringing, right? So the falseness of the narrative that was the creation of your behavioral patterns and conditionings, right? These attachments that you might have to these particulates, right? Which are programs, right? So you might be attached to certain trauma programming, drama programming, right? And so these things that are coming up and uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, right? And it's touchy feeling. It's touchy feeling. I can't feel silent, guys. I'm sorry. I can't. I know. So anyways, let me read the strength card. So Brutus and Nero are Madame Medusa's enormous crocodile sidekicks. Despite their imposing size, might, and muscle, little orphan Penny isn't afraid of them. The tarot card Strength carries the lesson that true power doesn't come from crocodile-like physical strength, but rather from courage, inner resolve, and compassion. Though you may not find yourself faced with actual crocodile, strength is a positive sign that you have the determination of the potential, good sense for the potential, an outright gumption or potential to meet any and every challenge with your potential head on and come out on motherfucking top. You can get a crown from me and block off that fuck shit energy immediately, fashionably. You be like, my body, heart, and soul. Like, I don't even have to think about it. I could have forgot about it today, but I'm wearing my crown on my head and I'm activated from head to motherfucking toe. Just so you know, right? This is how we grow. I'm led, guided, and protected. That's how my projection is reflected. Okay, right. So, for best results, channel Penny's bravery, kindness, and perseverance. Kill them with kindness. And it's not about being fake. It's about I am not on your energy frequency and vibration. So why would I match your energy frequency and vibration when mine is a better motherfucking place to be? You thought incorrectly. Right? So this card is also assigned to persuade and guide others gently, and a warning against using force or ultimatums to get your way, which could be kind of that control base that needs to be released, right? Where you want to control and manipulate anything and everything, or people, person, places, things, right? You want to persuade their way of seeing something, right? Like, it's like when you meet someone that you like and other people don't like that person. And so, like, and you don't like that person or whatever the case may be, the things that are things that like that person can say to try to manipulate you to see it their way and be like, no, you don't really or like try to make you feel bad for choosing a certain kind of pathway of being or seeing, or you know, like manipulating the energies in your favor. You know how you do it. Everybody's gonna be different. You can't, I'm not gonna sit here and go and pick it apart and how you can possibly manipulate the energies in your favor, right? It's like having a pretend headache so someone can pay you mind because you feel like they've ignored you all the time, and it's like, oh, I got a headache, so they can give you some kind of sympathy. That's manipulation, emotional manipulation. Or someone disappoints you because they didn't go with you to the movies or something like that, and you crucify them for it. And you may not crucify them and say something about it to them, but the next day you got an attitude or you're slamming drawers or something like that. You get what I'm saying? You're crucifying someone for choosing for themselves because you want it to go the way you want it to go. Even if you're right, even if it should be the way that you say, you can't, like, you have to evolve past the urge to manipulate it in your favor because it's not true. It's an illusion based on shit, right? I used to always get offended when someone's like, oh, you do love spells, you know. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, hold on a second. And it's not because you I'm judging. It's a fucking preference of mine. So people used to take offense because my objection to do or want to do something such as that, right? Because my immediate question is why would you want some fake ass fucking love and shit anyway? As much as it might hurt, that person I want and trust, I've gone through rejection too. We all have. Doesn't want me. I ain't begging nobody. Nor am I burning a candle or doing a spell to make that person change their fucking mind. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Personally. And if I ain't with it, why would I do it for somebody else? So it's just something I don't do because I don't fucking want to. Period. I see no purpose, point, use, or benefit from such a tragedy of a manipulation of an energy because someone wants to play fucking God with everyone else outside of themselves. And this is coming from people that personally attack me spiritually, witchcraftly, and all of other kind of fuck shit kind of fucking energy. Because they got nothing better to do with themselves, with their time, to go play with themselves. That's better than that time spent in some shit that they do to themselves. Period. That's the energy over here, right? So call it however you want to call it. And if you're triggered by that, which I say because you feel that way, you're like, I want him anyway. I don't care. Then own that. Do that. Don't seek my permission, validation, or acceptance of that. But at least you're in truth with that. I can respect that. But I won't respect the bitch that got some dude off of some spell she didn't. She wasn't honest about too. Like, I got you off of this voodoo, whatever, cause dude, like, now you know you got him off some manipulation. That's gonna backfire. If not in this life, in some life it will. That's just truth. I don't want no part of that. I've been saying since I was a little girl, this is my last time here on earth. And Chris says, that's just the human brat in me, and I'm still gonna say it because I'm evolving it and creating it, no matter how many lifetimes it might take till it gets there. Okay. But anyways, hold on a second. I gotta answer this. I'm not here to feed your ego, and I'm not here to feed mine. Right? This is just channeling. Call it whatever you want at this time. Poetry also fun and freedom is I to express it however I want to express it. Right? So, right, because that's the energy, right? Working on the accepting of the perfectly imperfect me without apology. You too. You see, I can only be the breed, the seed of exampling that's here trying to convey and articulate in some kind of way. Forgive me, guys. I don't know where we were at. Anywho, so either way, right, oh, the manipulation of energies and my disposition on it. Again, it's without judgment, even though I am passionate behind my stance because that's my truth and that's how I command. And if you don't like the tone it comes out in, it's because you don't feel comfortable in someone's truth that's disagreeing with yours. That ain't my fucking problem. And you really shouldn't be making it other people's problems too. Not everybody has to agree with you or see things that which you see. or believe. Ask somebody, and this is lessons learned, like pay attention to your intuition too about the closest people that you have around you. No matter how good of a potential you can see in the person, you want to believe in the highest potential is always going to be activated. That's not always the breed of seed these motherfuckers be. And so for so long you hide, you deny the intuition that you see inside, that there's something off about this person that maybe you don't see. But thoughts can be tricky, right? Especially if you read minds, that kind of sort of thing. You're just not, you're in a sea of denial about that kind of stuff about yourself, right? Telepathic as hell, right? Like Dante's fucking Inferno. That's really real here, right? So you have to trust this intangible world that is just as true as this 3D fucking reality that's unreal, you see. The lessons we learned, right? So this person, phony, it's fake. And I'm gonna say it like that in that kind of way because that's exactly what it was. The demons that they didn't expose, that they hid behind with their fake kindness, right? And misalignment. And then projections onto this had their own kind of meltdown, breakdown kind of thing, and then wanted to project out their demons, you see, to me, and want me to proclaim to them in order to be my fucking friend again, that the Lord Jesus fucking Christ is my Lord and Savior. Because if I didn't say that, they were no longer able to support our friendship, because everything I do, they do, except they go to church now and they took in the Lord God, whatever, however they want to be, they don't come at me. I've been raised on Catholicism, Christianity, and all this kind of shit. I have years of teaching Catholicism and fucking Christianity, so pop the fuck off. I speak how I speak. I'm not disrespecting any kind of religion or belief system. I'm just talking about a particular moment of a reality check I had about this friendship that was a fucking scam because of the lie that person chose to hide behind and be jealous. And secretly not liking me for the things that I do that inspired them, motivated them, you see, but the stock and the block and all this kind of shit. Now they want to compare and contrast shit. So somebody come out of you out of left field all of a sudden, like calling you demon, witch, bitch, this, that, evil, is only a reflection of their own projection, and that's their own Dante's Inferno of hell that lives within their well that they're fucking starting to tell. So let's be clear about the demons she was exiting upon or projecting upon to me that came out of her own well. Do you see? And the truth of the attack towards me was only my reality check of a reality that she was never my friend. And that's the guilt of the reality when they come into the evolution of that realization. They fucked up their own United Nations. And that's probably where you come from too. People did you. And then they scratching their head and their ass later too, like, damn, I fucked up. That was a real one right there. High five. High five for being the realest, real in those people's lives. Ungrateful, cut those fucking ties. Right. So Virgo's energy, tapping into, right? That can do attitude, which is important, right? These are key highlights that we can focus upon that is beneficial to our song and dance that we got going on here, right? We can work to get our goals activated in a beneficial way, right? Making a return on their investment. Hold on. Right? So I just got annoyed because I got interrupted and then she said forget about it and then walked away. Right? So that's that kind of irritant or irritable energy that could come in and try to just ruffle your energy with others, right? And that's what I was talking about before with the Mercury energy, right? And her having like that Gemini and Mercury energy too, right? But it's training, so it's trying to dance. So it's like lightening up and loosening up too, because that's another effect of if you watch any and all my videos, like all of them, even though they might be long, I know, daunting. There's evolution in that, okay? And so you have to watch it in bits and parts. And if you catch yourself listening and trying to listen and you're not listening anymore, then stop the fucking audio and the video, go do something else and come back to it when you are like, you know what I mean? Watch it in minutes at a time and take your time. There's no race here, you know what I mean? So with this Virgo energy as well, right? Another thing to highlight is the energy about our attitudes and how we are releasing, you know, negative self-talk, catching it when we do it, right? Catch it when we do it, right? So you can cut the shit out, right? So and the judgment of the selves, and then meeting the judgment of the self and realizing that that's a conditioned hell. Like I said, going into the childhood roots of that which programming came into you. The judgment of yourselves is not you. So we're gonna cut through and get to the truth of that root, right? The shortcomings that were programmed into you. And so you just took them in, right? So right. So and then in this energy time, right, Venus is gonna be squaring Uranus at this time, right? Who where there's a retrograde north node retrograde late this week. It's later this week, retrograding north node kind of energy and stuff like that would be the squaring Venus squaring Uranus. So freedom at this time is an important highlight to bear in mind, especially for those loving romanticals out there that just want to be loved and adored and shacked up somewhere and having this marital or intimate bliss. That might cause the person that you're after or that you desire, that you want, to be like, whoa, run. Because Uranus does not want to be smothered. Ooh. Freedom. Love is freedom, right? And so love squaring Uranus, right? Venus, this planet, this affection, this, you know, thing too, with this Virgo energy as well. There might be certain kind of kinks to work out, you know, egos might be triggered at this time, also with the sun squaring Mars, right? So, so it's not it wouldn't be encouraging to be so persuasive or manipulative or or bossy to others outside of yourself at this time. Find a way to work through, because there's a lot of insecurities that are coming up too that are making us aware of our perceived shortcomings, right? So the risk of the trigger is not to point out the flaws that are being shown or addressed. It's to find the solution finally, not the irritation of it. Find the solution of it, find the programming of it so that you can identify it better, right? So be aware of how you're speaking to at this time, because this Pluto retrograde opposition, right, that is being, it knows what it feels like, right, to be hurt and to speak out of spite or hurt people, right? So in other words, for those of you like me, slick with our tongues, you've seen it has taken many evolutions to tame the beast. Savage, roams free. But don't cut your own tongue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know exactly what you need to say to call somebody out. See, like, you could want to, you can see through somebody. And your tongue might be quick to respond or react to that which you see. Calling somebody out on their bullshit or their real deal, you know what I mean? But it's like a blade. Are you building up or are you discouraging? It applies. You can't just build up for those that side with you. The energy is build up. So it's either you're about to build up or you're about the destruction. So you got you playing two sides of these coins and then looking for a return. You can say to the person that might not be in the same. I want to finish this thought. Come back in 2 minutes. Oh yes, I want one. Yeah. Oh, give me. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's hot. Wait, I'll take a bite in a second. so, so this is why it's one of my favorite quotes. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What you say reveals the condition of your heart. And so someone doesn't have to be on the same page as you, but if you're gonna rip them down, turn them an asshole because it hurts you in some kind of way, then you really should be checking yourself before you wreck yourself, is all I gotta say. Wait, hold on. Your job is not to point out the flaws in others, but to recognize the flaw in itself and find a solution for it that's going to be beneficial for your ability to discern this learning that you're doing at this time. Right? So you're working to see a person's soul, not their flaw. Even though you claiming to be the right self-righteous one, the spiritual one, the evolutionized one, right? Talking about soul tribes, family, and all this kind of stuff, and this evolution factor, then you must recognize that we are souls having a human experience, not the other way around, and therefore you are speaking to someone's soul, right? Not their flaw, not their ego. That's how they trip. Oh, huh. We all have fragile egos. One of my greatest humilities growing up, my father used to make me kneel. And he would do this no matter where we go. So let's say we're at a party and he felt wrong. He would find a spot in this public community space. Okay. Humiliated, I felt. Trust me when I say that. Okay. Prideful. Sure as fuck was. And as much as I was humiliated, as much as I was made to feel insignificant and such a fucking small little pest for everyone to see, I had to kneel. And he was OD. It wasn't like, you know, you play kid in the corner, 3-minute timeout. These were not time. There would be people, other adults that would come in and say, all right, that's enough time. And then his pride will be activated. You don't tell me how long to keep her there. So guess what? When even people came to defend and try to help me out, I was made there to stay longer out of spite. And I was stuck tall on my knees, and sometimes he put stuff at my knees so it would hurt. Oh yeah. Okay. Talk about humiliation. The root. People think kids could think they could be cool in school. Trust me, there was no cruelty outside school that I had not yet experienced inside. Eh? And I was my needs. This is why people talk about my posture. One of the things I've been complimented about my life and my whole entire life is my disposition. People always ask, are you dance or this, that, when you see me regularly in the street, dainty, like, you know, graceful and all this kind of stuff. And my posture, my back is always upright, straight, spine. I'm aligned, that kind of way. Heavy into martial arts, growing up and that kind of stuff, and just being always body conscious in that kind of way. Either way, kneeling as if it was a badge of honor. Soldier I became, and I refused. And it's challenging when I tell you that Pisces moon be me, sensitive I am. This I acknowledge. I am very tapped in, turned on, tuned in, not only to my own emotions, but to many things happening all at once. And then to be so conscious and aware of the thoughts and the energies of the people around you who will feel bad for you walking by, the humility I would feel, or the whispers, or the sneers, or the people not being sometimes like laughing at you. Kids could be mean too, right? What you do now? Yeah. And everybody, they try to show you that they're clean. So you can feel bad about what you're missing out on. Right? And I would all my pride, all my ego, all my righteousness did not cry, but that really gave him satisfaction. I know this. That's something people won't say, no, it don't give me satisfaction. Yes, it would. I know this. Have questioned my intuition or my inkling back then. But with this evolution of an experience, trust that I have earned within myself. It is with clarity that I understand, overstand exactly what the fuck was happening there. Even from my behavioral pattern and condition and handling the situation, I psychologically, intellectually, emotionally to under fucking stand. It didn't then. Right? It's an accumulation, growing evolution to process the progress. Now be straight. Take it as it could. Doesn't mean you have to. We don't know any better then. So I understand ego. I get it. Humility. Oh, I get it. You can then bring the flash forward later to when Psycho person that was once upon a time in my life, who was also into humiliation. I can understand with compassion and forgiveness to myself as to how I allowed for humiliation, more humiliation to take place and be compliant and complacent to it. Now with the understanding of programming, they're no longer fucking apart. That's solely talk about me. I'm not talking about myself to boost my ego or be so vain. I can't stop talking about myself in some kind of way. But it's an evolution for your solution too. I can only speak from my own experience. That's what makes it real. Right? They knew what they were doing when the assholes passed through my fucking chart of dramatics. So like, yo, you want an actress? Curtains. Oh. It was good, thank you. Hold on 1 second. I gotta answer this. Hey, so what are you talking about? I don't even know anymore. Well, I don't know. This is where we were even left off at. But either way, like, so, some of the things that we can be mindful about is our approach. Okay, that's the important message here. It's the approach and the way that which we go about and entertain the energies that exist all around that are intermingling with us. So don't act like a clown and turn your life upside down because you want to be reactive to irrelevant energies that only want to trigger you to come down into the energy frequency vibration that which they be on, and stuff like that. So also around the 28th, although there's no such thing as dates. Baby, hold on, baby, hold on. So around the 28th, although there's no dates, whatever, but still, Venus moves opposing in opposition with Saturn. So what does that tell you? Venus, all about this love shit too. Right? They might feel like you're missing something from this department, or something might be off or complicated or challenging the in the sector, in the love department, intimacy department, in the relationship department. Someone could be behaving cold towards you too, right? So what is Saturn looking to teach you? Because we know Saturn's a whole great grandpa teacher, like haha, right? Rather than hoping and wishing, what positive action action are you taking in regards to reaching your goals, accomplishing your dreams, right? Or where are you so stuck in that you are not doing these things, right? Or are you just being consistent in your inconsistency, right? So when Saturn is retrograde in those kind of ways, right, it's like if you have not taken action, or I wrote something on here. I think so. When Saturn retrograde, speaking to us says, if you have not taken action or approached love and your goals pragmatically, right, in the past, right, if you haven't done that which you should have done up until this point, right, Saturn now comes up in here and it's like, okay, what you're most likely experiencing now is a leveling of challenge still, or turmoil, or sadness, or loss, or feeling like something's off, right? Frustration, right? For something presently not working out in the way that you desire it to, right? So it's like, okay, so Saturn's like, all right, can you now be an active participant to your own life? Or is victim going to be your strife? Right? So Saturn's going to bring up your fears and say, don't run from them, don't hide from them, and don't be mad at them because they're here to confront you so that you can infuse your worries and understand that what you think you fear, right? So, and then with these energies too, because you have Virgo energy too, like this anxious, pessimistic kind of side to this mutable sign, right? It's a hot place to be in, right? So treat this like a reminder to take action, right? So you can make sure your future turns out amazing in the way that you deserve, right? So the balancing act of learning to be gentle and kind towards yourself in the practical approaches that you actively take part in, right? In the process, and stop knocking the process and just get on with your progress. You know what I'm saying? Being an active participant in your own life, right? So here, so now you have the strength card, right? You have it in you, right? To get through. And then you have this star card that opened up when that came out, right? And so there's this leveling of mirroring. I keep getting the call, and I know I keep saying I'm going to do, and I've been saying this for a couple of years too, about the mirror. Mirroring, the mirror rituals, the mirror evolution. And we are each on, right? So just as the Queen's magic mirror always responds honestly to any question asked, the star represents clarity, hope, and the power of truth. The star indicates you're coming out of a period of confusion and uncertainty. While this chapter in your life may have been difficult, the star is a guiding light here to illuminate the way forward. Though you may not have the magic mirror at your disposal, this tarot card encourages you to pursue and embrace the truth, your truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God, right? The Chariot. Right? The Chariot here. The Chariot represents determination, unrelenting focus, and willpower. Much like the formidable, fashion-loving Cruella de Vil, who doesn't let anything stop her from getting what she wants, not even a car chase in the snow. Obstacles won't faze you now. You're in hot pursuit of your goals, and nothing will stand in your way for too long. Get out of the way. Hey, don't let yourself get distracted, right? Know your no, right? Do your due diligence, right? What you want may seem just out of reach right now, right? But putting your pedal to the metal will give you the last little boost you need to succeed, right? You know what I mean? So patience here, right? You got a lot of, right, major arcana events transiting, transforming, transmuting, working in these ethers, right? So you have temperance, right? Ursula, beloved moray eels, flotsam and jetsam, are perfectly synchronized and in balance with each other. The tarot card temperance represents the same sort of flow, harmony, and equilibrium. When temperance is drawn in a tarot reading, its advice is to stay fluid, calm, and adaptable. Going with the flow will make for smooth sailing, even in stormy seas. Navigate any challenges that arise with calm level-headedness. Temperance reminds you how important it is to maintain inner peace. Be careful not to let outside influences rock your boat, rock your boat, rock your boat, work the middle, right? So if there's any kind of imbalance in your life that's affecting you in some kind of way, here's your opportunity to address that which you have become out of sync with in yourself or with others or with another. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you found yourself in a situation or a dynamic that feels unfair at this time, right? And so this is just warning you too, that if that's the case here for you, that lashing out or acting impulsively is not going to serve you or anyone that you want or you love or care for in any kind of fucking positive, healing, healthy, wealthy, selfie kind of way, right? You got to get out of your own way in that kind of way, right? So take inspiration from Flotsam and Jetsam, right? Who don't need to be loud or boisterous to achieve their goals, right? And just get clear with them, clear with your goals too, right? Maintain your composure. Like what I was saying about the kneeling, I maintain my composure. I could have done a lot of different stuff, and I just took it. I stood there in all my pride, ego, and glory, and my humiliation too. I just processed all that uncomfortable feeling same fucking time as it was happening, and it gave me a lot of alone space energy to really reflect upon that which was happening, right? So maintain your composure, right? And think things through and communicate openly to bring harmony and flow back to your own life. But first start with yourself. Before you want to go communicating harmoniously and or openly with another, first have this conversation with you, right? So things take time too. So you have the Knight of Coins, which could be why things take so much fucking time, right? Because it's the progression of certain kind of things, right? It's like you're doing the work. The work has to be put in. It's here, right? So the Knight of Coins is everything Butler Edgar Balthazar seems to be: responsible, dedicated, and loyal, right? So that is until Balthazar finds out he won't be inheriting his employer's millions, right? So this tarot card advises you to be patient, plan for the future, work hard, and operate with integrity, right? So if you're challenged by this, right, you could be lacking self-discipline, right, and how you go about in doing the things, right? So the question to ask yourself is, are you living up to your fullest potential? You have big goals, right? Okay, that's great. Have you formulated those grand plans to those big goals that you have in order to successfully achieve them? Are you clear with that for yourself? Now it's time to actually do the work to get it going. You know what I'm saying? Right? And then you have this King of Cups energy here, right? So this King of Cups, what does he have to say about anything that's going on in nowadays? For today, the King of Cups is charming, caring, and kind, a leader with a strong moral code. This tarot card advises you to stay true to yourself and keep your emotions in check. Lashing out at others, a big fucking sign. Here we're talking about the temptation that we have, that we might get slick with our tongue to be destructive. Are you a destroyer of life, or are you a builder upper? And if you are a destroyer of life, is that the role that you decide and choose for yourself to want to play? Because if it is, then you can be the villain. Embrace your shadow. But if that not be you, then why are you going to plague yourself too by falling into the program too when you see it? Right? So the tarot card advises you to stay true to yourself and keep your emotions in check. Lashing out at others, as ill-tempered Captain Hook would, right, won't benefit you. An outburst will only attract the attention of the dreaded crocodile. Stay calm, compassionate, and collected, right? So maybe you've been struggling with your own self-confidence, right? And some kind of leveling of insecurity in some kind of way that can create like an emotional turbulence for you, right? Right. So the truth of the matter, and especially time too, like with this Virgo energy too, is that we can be our own biggest bullies. So this self-criticism too, and this inability to be compassionate towards yourself, to give yourself the cup of love that you needed, right? In that kind of way. So resist the urge, right, to think negative thoughts about yourself at this time. This is the energy too, with this Virgo energy too. After all, you're not a codfish, right? You're smart and you're strong. So, right, so there's a treasure here for you, 4 points, right? Treasure here to be received. But do you see it? Do you know what I mean? Like, Okay. Representing happiness and stability at home, right? This treasure professionally too, right? And it's all in your treasure chest. All these things that you desire, all these things you wish to inspire, all these things you wish to aspire, all these things you do desire, all these things you do have, right? So it's a matter of perception here, right? Things are coming together nicely. And if you're resistant to that message, like, no, it's not, right? So we're gonna get into that too. Because remember, I said this is the next crowd here too. So it's however I'm receiving it, then I'm delivering it. Okay, so take with it that which is yours. Don't make what the fit. You know what I'm saying? So things are designed to come together nicely for you, but will you be open to your truth and letting go of the resistance to keep yourself stuck in places that you don't need to be? Right? It's the ending of certain kind of cyclings, right? We were talking about that 2 energy in video number 1, right? So focus on building solid foundations. You can choose to focus on that, what you're going to do, right? How you're going to move. That will set you up for your long-term success, right? So it's time to examine for yourself, right? Your relationship with money, your relationship with that which you hold sacred and what you view as wealth, right? Prosperity, right? Are you spending wisely, right? Things like that, right? Are you utilizing your energies wisely too, right? Right? Are you saving? Are you investing in you, in yourself, in all that you do? Are you investing in your future and setting you up for your success? Or are you like denying this treasure chest that's here, right? So time to evaluate your priorities and getting clear that which is justice here. So look at this justice here, right? So there's justice here. Yeah, right. So that was good. That was good. And then yeah, because you want to make sure your future turns out amazing. And so, this is a great opportunity to get out of your own way, to embrace the villain side, to that shadow side of life that can keep you held up and stuck in a space that doesn't feel good to you, right? So you want to be mindful of all that you do, right? Because there is love here for you. So either way, thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the MANNA in all my videos. In this video too, and there will be all information updated in the description box. If you ever come through and see a video that nothing's in the description box, come back later. There will be something in the description box eventually. I am a multi-dimensional goddess, gypsy, mystic, roaming this multi-dimensional universe, and I do more than one thing at different times. I travel a lot, and I'm on my grind and rhyme in my align, and so I'll get to it in time. So that's how that be. And I use the description box a lot of the time to openly express myself free because writer is my life, right? Scribe. Um, Automatic writing is something else that I do. So if I'm doing an automatic writing description, that too is a channel message. Granted, there's some things that I repetitively say, like, the stuff to give you the information that I share on each one. That's not the automatic writing. The automatic writing is when I'm freestyle writing and anything goes. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that goes. If you are interested in one of a kind, custom made creations that I will make just for you, one of a kind, just like you, energize for you, and alchemy too, then you would go to witchyutopian.com. If you are interested in affordable pocket news, rocket fuel, kind of like vibrations, energy frequency vibrations on a daily kind of thing, and you like exclusive content and material shared just for you and channeling and having direct access to me, because the only way that I speak to anybody in the Instagram line is if you are a subscriber of mine, not a follower. I'm no longer going into the DMs. This is how I'm doing my separation, my boundary I drawing my boundary in the sand, right? Because it's always changing, anyways. But yeah, so if you want special attention, affection, readings for you specific to, you can convey them to me, what you want to see, and I've been, you know, obliging everybody who's a subscriber and who has been participating in their subscription, and channeling specific for this collective group of subscribers that are, you can be one too at Instagram, and you can find me at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me. Under the follow, where you click follow, there's a subscribe button there too, and that's how we can get started. And immediately once you subscribe to that, you'll lock in the rate, that whatever it is at that special rate that you lock it in for. And even when the rate changes at a later time, the locked in rate you started with will be yours for all time, right? Unless you unsubscribe and then subscribe again, then that's on you. But either way, that's pretty cool. Exclusive content is all shared, but hidden from the public, so the public can't see what's put up there. So that's two, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. And so every day I'm posting stuff. All your information is shared up there. That's what's up. So you go check that out. It's loads of exclusive content. And everybody knows that one of my love languages is giver. I'm a giver. It took a long time for me to balance the giver that is the lover that is I in this life, and not be used or battered or victimized or suppressed or oppressed or repressed or denied or rejected. It took a long time to balance a lot of this kind of alchemy, right? And indeed, 40 plus years of living. So I enjoy what I do, love what I do. I'm not in competition with you. I wish you the absolute best, whether you are connecting with me or not. That's some real talk. I don't fake jacks. I don't say things to people please or to gain brownie points. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. I don't need those kind of things. I don't want those kind of things anyways, because I don't want them for myself. I don't want fake nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, cool. Some of you don't want fake nothing too, and find yourself caught up with energies that reject you constantly. The lesson in that is to learn many things. The deeper lesson is for them, because the rejection they give you is the karma they create for themselves, that with the angelic help that your energy is for their health, wealth, style, it gives. And because you are the giver of this life, of greed, of seed, and because you understand that forgiveness is deep, the subjection to you, just because you can, kind of goes in that hand in hand. You're the greed of seed that's needed, right? You have the alchemy to succeed, right? And so it's not so much to victimize you more, which can get caught up in the folklore, and we can get stuck in that cycle some more, to look at it in that kind of way, like, oh, why do I have to always subject myself in that kind of way? Right? The forgiveness part here, and the opening, the perception, and the opening too, is how you're going to receive that for you, the compassion that you should have for you, for the role that you play in this evolution. Your role is so significant, because you have the energy of alchemy that these mortals don't fucking have. You are the opportunity for them to finally evolutionize their bright light, right? And pride and ego and all that kind of stuff, and then whatever gets in their way and causes them to continuously reject you and make you feel some type of way is part of their pain. So if you can see that programming, identify it at its act. You no longer have to really be subjected to that, even if it happens again. You understand the program. Okay? That was a lot. So that's what's up. You're getting emotional. It's just a clearing. Thank you for letting me here. Remember the burning candle ritual? If you want some alchemized burning candle ritual ceremony, or you want to go do it yourself, but you have to be in that alchemy of knowing that what you do is going to help. But if you're not there in that alchemy, that's okay. Part of this growth pattern is to get you into that space. So even if it's not with me, please be mindful about who you are allowing to work with your own energy. Because people could be popular. They have a large following and fans falling out for it. And their alchemy is rotten. I'm going to talk more about that too, in my own experience too, of why certain things have to come through so that I can learn what that was all about. Not because I didn't know, not because I didn't see, it was also a development of me to trust my intuition that goes deep. So it's like these little experiments for research we do, that we can look at it like that too. But the villain not be you, you know? So either way. Till next time, thank you so much.